Hello, I am Johannes de Nar, or a jester, and I used to juggle and stuff, but now I improvise stories. And tonight's story, I don't know what I'm gonna tell you, but let's get into it. Like, there once was a day full of beautiful rain, and it was really cloudy. There were all sorts of like white clouds and maybe purple clouds, and it was really like a nice rain, like warm and wet, and it was a lovely day. The flowers grew, the birds just did their songs, and the elephants happened to dance in the shadows of the hills and stuff. And on this beautiful day, uh, a swarm of beetles came together to have their annual dancing ritual. And this dancing ritual was necessary for them to really fall in love with each other and to create more beetles because that's nature. And on this particular day, the beetles just had the most beautiful, beautiful outer bodies rained upon with this warm rain, and they glanced and they were even more beautiful than before. So, because they were more beautiful than before, they fell in love with each other, but with multiple partners. And um, that was sort of a problem because now they had to work really, really hard, because they wanted to have offspring. But if you want to have offspring with multiple partners, you have to work really, really hard. And the work was so hard that it really got to be exhausting. And many of them just didn't get to the end of the ritual dance. They just died of exhaustion. And that would only a few, the strongest one, survived, and there were only five of them left. And they were thinking like, "Oh, this doesn't work because the whole meaning of this dance was just to get more beetles, and now most of the beetles died." So they set up a sort of a uh, warning system for themselves, like if it rains, never do the ritual dance. So they uh, they went home, and they were very unhappy because there were only five of them left and none of them pregnant. And the next day, they came together, and it was a glorious sunny day with really the elephants just happened to run around the hills, making a little bit of wind. So it was lovely to fly in. And then the beetles came back and they said like, well, uh, let's do it again, but let's take some measures. And that's how they, it came to be that their normally day-long ritual got shortened to an hour. And that's how the beetles gained strength again and numbers, and they were growing around again each time they came together, each glorious day, they grew again. So the moral of the story is, uh, make sure that you're not getting exhausted in what you do, but just space it out, like don't do too much so that you can grow again. Yeah, completely made up by me.